Does this look good? Let's see. Today we are making a vision board. Get all your equipment, we're gonna do this together and we're gonna talk about it in 1, 2, 3. So today we are gonna do a vision board. I already made mine. We're gonna go through it and kind of dabble into how I made it, how I set intention to create a very good vision board. Now, I never saw this as something like I'm gonna put in pictures and then, you know, every single thing that is on the picture is gonna come true. It's not really like that. How I see it is that, you know, you're kind of putting it out there. It's kind of putting in a path, you know, of the idea of what you want your year to be. So, I got notes. Let me just show you. So I was scrolling on TikTok and, you know, I was trying to get some inspiration on, you know, creating a fun vision board, which, again, I do every year. But, you know, it's always fun to see what people come up with, their ideas and stuff. So I was thinking like, okay, let's go and check that out. And I was so surprised to the amount of hate around it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, this is just for like kids and whatever, which, what are you talking about? Like, honestly, I disagree. I strongly disagree. You know, I put this as like a screensaver for some time on my iPad, and eventually I kind of forget about it, but I feel like my brain just registers it, and afterwards when I go back and look at it, I'm just like, oh wow, this and that aligned, and there's, you know, much more that came out of it in a positive way. So like, I don't understand why it's getting so much hate. So let's make some tea. I'm gonna make some chamomile tea because I'm stressed out and just came back from work. I need this. We got our tea and we are ready. Let me tell you about how I started making vision boards, because it's actually a very cute memory. When I was about 9 years old, my older cousin, she watched The Secret, made a vision board, and then decided like, you know what, I'm gonna babysit my little cousin and we're gonna make vision boards together. We had like a bunch of like magazines everywhere. We were cutting up stuff and it was just so much fun. And in the background, we were watching The Secret. So that's how I started making vision boards. I was about like 9 years old. You know, throughout the years and by growing up, I was like, okay, let's be a little bit more strategic. When I was younger, I was more like, I want this, I want that, you know, kind of all over the place. But now I want to set more of like intention and meaning to whatever I'm putting onto my vision board. So like that, you know, it's more aligned with life. So this here is my vision board. You can't see shit. Okay, so that's my vision board. I'm just gonna insert a picture because it's not working out like I wanted. So the first thing that I did was write. I'm not gonna take credit for this because like I always get inspiration by other people that are doing this. So yeah, and I don't know who exactly I went on which, I don't know whose profile I went and scrolled. I don't know whose profile I stumbled onto. Can I talk today? It's been a long day. This girl on TikTok was like, I asked myself like 3 specific questions. What are the highlights of 2025? What have you learned in 2025? And what challenges you faced in 2025? So that's what I did. I'm giving you like an idea of it. So highlights: meeting my partner, traveling to my dream destination, which was Bali, and Thailand, and Vietnam, and Japan. I went to a lot of places that I always dreamed of going. Like, doing this, traveling like this has been, you know, surreal. Like, I just can't believe that this is my life. The things that you've learned, you know, I've learned to love the country that I come from. I didn't appreciate it a lot throughout the years, and now I'm starting to miss it. I'm starting to, you know, realize how lucky I am. Also, like, I'm starting to realize how lucky I am in a sense of like, just in general in life. There's so much I got to know about myself through taking like different paths in life. People have an idea of what you want to be. I'm gonna get all philosophical. Oh my god, I can't talk today. People have an idea of how your life is supposed to be, and I deviated completely from it. And for the longest time, I was like very insecure. I didn't know who I was. I'm still learning, but you know,
2025 has taught me a lot, and I can happily say now that I know for one what I want to do in life, which I talked about it in one of my videos that I want to be an occupational therapist. So you know, I'm like, life is aligning a little bit more towards path, and I can kind of see that path now. So yeah, something that I learned a lot about myself in 2025. Challenges that I faced, also that learning process about myself. And you know, I kind of hinted out a few times that, you know, I have some struggles with food. I have trauma that I have to heal from. And yeah, that now I see more of these struggles as, you know, challenges that will teach me something for the future. Okay, I don't see it so much so as the end of the world, I suck, and you know, I'm just not given the good cards anymore. I don't see it like that anymore. So I wrote down all the challenges that I'm currently facing and that I faced in 2025 to give me like an outside perspective on what to put for different categories for the vision board. So first off, we have mental health, then general health, financial, career, spiritual, love, living / backpacking situation, public impact, physical health / appearance. So these are all things that I feel like, you know, they resonate with me. So these could be topics that resonate with you, but it could also be completely different. So basically it's a lot of, you know, inner work. I used to put like whatever on my vision board, whatever popped into my head, but now I really like journal about it and really think and dive deep on and reflect. Yeah, that's more the word. I reflect on what I want my year to be like, okay, and what I really, really want to focus on. And trying to be a little bit realistic. I'm a little bit delulu at the same time, because you have to put some delusion into it. Dream big, do big things. But also kind of be realistic with some specific goals. So for example, mental health this year, I will work hard healing my relationship with food and my self-confidence, anxiety, and trauma response. I will do the work. Steps forward towards healing, therapy, nutritionist, and self-work. So that is like my little, to give you an idea. And then health. So this year I will adapt movement into my everyday life, building a new habit, even 5-minute walks, something simple. I will heal a little bit more my relationship with food. This comes up a lot because it is very important for me at the moment. I will learn and figure out what my brain needs to feel more at peace. The year of learning and healing. So that's for my health. So I would say more like overall health, because even though it's like touching a lot more on the mental, but yeah, let's just roll with it. Financial, I like to put in like affirmations. So I put in like, financially this year I will be blessed, money comes to me, I attract abundance, I will earn in different ways that I won't expect. Finding online work is like a goal for me. Career, so career / school. So starting university, baby steps towards bachelor's in arts and psychology. In a few years, master in OT studies. I will work towards my destined path. I can feel that I'm on track. And you know, it's so important to just like, you know, hype yourself up. If you're not gonna be your number one cheerleader, who will, right? I'm sharing everything with you guys right now. But you know, it's very personal. Do it however feels right for you, okay? Hype yourself up. Be a little bit delulu. Be also very like honest with your goals, and then go from there. So spirituality, I want to learn about religion, spiritual practices, enrich my knowledge to then maybe find a path to follow. Spiritually open to absorb and learn. I've been always very curious about every single religion, and like since I'm a kid. I feel like it's such a beautiful thing to have like a spiritual connection with something outside of, you know, the physical world. Do I have that? No. I don't believe in anything at the moment. You know, a lot of people would say that I'm
the little hippy dippy person. You know, I like to think that I'm spiritual, but I haven't dove into a lot of things. For some time I was like a little bit pagan. Other time I was like more interested in Wicca. You know, now I just want to kind of explore and kind of broaden my knowledge. I think that's how you say it. So yeah, so that's one of my goals for this year for my spiritual, for the spiritual aspect of the year. Then love, I'm not going to tell you what are my goals, just a tiny bit though. I'm in a relationship. I want to keep learning how to properly love the human being that I'm sharing this life with. I feel like, you know, being in a relationship is like always a constant, you know, learning curve process and journey. And that's something that, you know, on a lot of things, but that's something that I really want to focus on this year. So the learning how to love this wonderful human that I'm with. Living / backpacking. So that is like my ideas on where I want to live. Do I want to continue backpacking? Do I want to be stable in a place for a year? These are all things that I was like kind of thinking about. And you know, when you're unsure, for example, in this situation, I was 100% unsure of what to write. I kind of went with like the first thing that popped into my head. So I wrote maybe thinking about staying somewhere for a year or two, you know, like nature, mountains, maybe beach vibes, a place close enough to a city but far away that it's not the city, like far enough away that it's not the city. So, you know, again, not too sure about exactly where I want to go, but I know that I want to be a little bit more stable than like a few months here and there, which I'm loving right now, the current deal that we're having, where we're staying in one place for like 5 months and then moving around. But the whole like traveling like every day, every 2 days, like moving from one place to another, it got pretty exhausting. And I don't know, with my studies that is coming up, yeah, I just don't really know. This year, 2026, year of healing, having grace and being hopeful that everything will work out just perfectly. I know I'm on the right path. Things will just align and life will push me forward to help me accomplish my purpose. So, you know, give yourself little affirmations as well, you know. This is all an exercise to really go like deep within. So now physically, I love my curly hair. I would love to have it like super long. So that's one of my goals. And also to tone up, be healthy, move my body every single day, and feel beautiful by doing something like putting on an outfit, I don't know, wearing makeup, just at least one thing every day to get me to feel beautiful. Let's get into the fun part. So creating your vision board. I went on Canva. Canva is going to be your best friend. Canva and Pinterest. So I went on Pinterest and I kind of, you know, found different pictures, different quotes, and, you know, I kind of played around with it. The fun part about Canva is that you can actually like remove the background and kind of tweak it out. So there's a lot of it that is just like, it was a full-on big picture and then I just made it like a super cool collage. I'm so proud of it. So yeah, and I put in pictures, you know, that kind of felt right, you know. Honestly, I don't care so much about like aesthetic. I'm not trying to make it like aesthetic or like all one color or whatever. I mean, if that's your thing, do it. Like if that resonates more with you, go for it. It does not work for me. Like I tried it so many times to make it look like super cute, super aesthetic, and no, it beats the purpose of the whole thing. Okay, you're supposed to just like put in whatever, like brain dump it, okay, onto there. And I took a bunch of quotes and slapped it on there, and yeah, even like the simplest thing, like I'm gonna go to school, I have to have at least like B's in most of my classes in order to be able to apply for my OT studies at the end. And this is towards the end, but I want to learn now my method of studying to be able then, like 4 years down the line, how I can study efficiently and get those grades. So I put in an A+. I put in like little motivational like setup with the computer and all the paperwork and stuff. And yeah, and that's basically it. So yeah, oh my god, and I forgot to tell you about the public impact. I kind of skipped that one. I feel like I could share this with you guys. I mean, I shared everything with you guys so far. So creativity will flow like water in a river. I felt very poetic at that moment. YouTube, TikTok, everything will work out. I will reach the audience that will feel joy when watching my videos. I will share, grow, positive impact, and build a supportive community. That's really what I want to do here. If it makes one person happy or just like comforts one person out there, you know, this is basically why I want to do this. And remember to have fun with all of this, honestly. Remember, this is, again, if you like it aesthetic, make it aesthetic. Don't compare your vision boards to everyone else's or your friends or whatsoever. I used to do that. I'm guilty of have done that before. Don't do that, okay? Your goals are not going to be the same. If you want to keep it private and just like put it as a screensaver and then just like forget about it and not tell anybody, do that. We're such in an era of comparison about everything, like something like a vision board, which are your goals, your aspirations, your like what you want your life to be. It has to be not influenced by anyone else, and just purely yourself. Do the little homework thing here, the self-reflection of your past year and what you want your current year to be. And you know what, a lot of people are, I don't know, the tough love thing kind of doesn't work with me. I mean, yes, you have to stay on track with your vision board in a sense, in a way. If you're really honest with what you want, things are just gonna align. Whatever's meant to be for you, and if you're moving forward towards those goals by making small little changes in your life, you know, you're gonna see everything aligns and everything works out. You're gonna accomplish this vision board. I hope you guys liked it. I didn't even sip my tea. I'm gonna sip my tea right now. I love chamomile. Chamomile tea is so good. If you have any ideas of things that I missed that I should have thought about, put it in the comments down below, because I will do more reflecting. And you know what? Let's share ideas, okay? And also, if you can do this like physically, by printing out pictures or cutting out like magazines and stuff, do that. It's so much more fun. You know, it's more visual. You're putting more like effort into it. It's more like manual, you know, you put glitter on it and stuff like that, and it's so much fun. Then you put it on your wall behind your door or whatever. Do it with your girlfriends, do it with your partner, you know, do whatever feels right. Have fun with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you in my next one, guys. Bye. Bye.